Motivation is not what you need. What you actually need is discipline. So, what is discipline? Let me get into it. Discipline is doing what you're supposed to do, regardless of how you feel. So, let's take the gym as an example. Let's say you want to go to the gym 3 times a week, but you don't feel like it, you're unmotivated, it's not you, like you have difficulty. Discipline is going regardless of how you feel. Maybe Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays are your plans. No matter what happens that day, if you want to build discipline, you have to go regardless of the situation. It doesn't matter if you're too tired, it doesn't matter if you're not in the mood, it doesn't matter if it's cold outside, it doesn't matter. To build discipline, you have to do what you're supposed to do, regardless of how you feel. Literally, it's that simple. Next thing I want you to focus on when you're building discipline and trying to build new habits is your thoughts. One thing you have to understand is that your thoughts are very powerful. There's nothing you do without thinking about it first. Think about it. Anything you do or anything you're supposed to do, you think about it before it actually happens. So make sure that whatever it is that you want to do, you think about it constantly. Because the more you think about it, the more likely you're going to do it. And let's take the gym as an example again. Let's say you want to go to the gym 3 times a week. Start thinking about, okay, I have to go to the gym on Monday, I have to go to the gym on Monday, I have to go to the gym on Monday. And then the same thing with Wednesday and Friday. You have to think about it constantly because the chances of you actually taking that action is actually higher when you think about it. One thing I would also like to mention about your thoughts is that make sure they are positive most of the time, because your thoughts affect the way you feel. If you have negative thoughts, you're gonna feel bad. If you have positive thoughts, you're gonna feel good. So your thoughts affect your feelings, and your feelings affect your actions. If you feel bad and you're not in a good mood, you're not gonna want to do anything. But if you're energetic, you feel good, you feel amazing, you're gonna want to take action. So please watch your thoughts, they're very powerful. Another thing you have to do is focus on what you want, not on what you don't want. And I'll give you an example because a lot of people don't understand this and they keep sabotaging themselves and not knowing it. So let me give you an example. Let's say you want to start eating healthy. You need to stop. If you want to start eating healthy, stop thinking about sugar, sweets, chocolate, whatever. I know you're not thinking about it, but sometimes you talk about it. You're like, oh, I'm trying to eat healthy, but I'm thinking about sweets, sugar. Oh my god, I want to have sweets. Oh my god, I want to have candy. I can't have candy. I can't have candy. Right now what you're doing is you're focusing on the things you don't want. Your brain is focusing on it. Candy, sugar, chocolate, da da da. You get the point. So stop focusing on what you don't want and focus on what you want. So what you want to do instead is talk about and think about like fruits, vegetables, salads, whatever it is that you're interested in. Drinking a lot of water. Now when you think about healthy stuff like salads and stuff like that, the sweet stuff become less desirable. But a lot of people, the mistake they want is that when they try to eat healthy, they're like, oh my god, I need to stop eating unhealthy food, I need to stop eating sugar. Get rid of the vocabulary unhealthy food and get rid of like sugar and stuff like that. And you need to focus on, I need to eat more salads, I need to eat more vegetables, more fruits. I don't know if you guys get the point. Focus on what you want and not on what you don't want. This is the same thing with procrastination. A lot of people are like, I want to stop procrastinating, I want to stop procrastinating, I want to stop procrastinating. And they don't realize that just procrastination in itself is what's actually causing it to stay. So make sure your focus is very powerful. So make sure you're aware of what you're focusing on whenever you're trying to, start something new or avoid something. This can literally apply to anything. The next thing I'm going to talk about that holds people back, that they don't know that it's holding them back, is their identity and the story they're telling about the goal they want to achieve. So let's talk about identity. Let's say you're the type of person who has difficulty working out. You need to get rid of that identity. You should at least be like, I work out 3 times a week. Even if you don't, just say I work out 3 times a week and try to make sure you are working out 3 times a week. If you're like, it's hard for me to work out, it's hard for me to work out, that's literally what you're focusing on, and that's the identity you're taking on. So sometimes it's actually your identity that is holding you back. So make sure you fix your identity in regards to what you want to achieve. And the next thing is the story. So basically how you look at what you want to achieve. Let's take the gym again as an example. You shouldn't see gym as, oh my god, it's so hard, it's so difficult. Because if you do that, whatever your brain sees as difficult, it's gonna make it hard for you to do. Like whenever you see something as, it's too much, I'm tired, I can't do this, your brain will cause you to procrastinate. It's the same reason why when you plan on doing something, somehow you find yourself cleaning, doing whatever it takes to avoid that thing. It's because your brain has associated that thing with pain. So what I want you to do is switch the story. Start saying, it's super easy, I love the gym is so fun. Like focus on the positive stuff. If you want to start eating healthy, start talking about how delicious salads are, how good fruits are, how tasty watermelons are. Start doing that instead. Focus on what you want. Switch the story to something that benefits you. Now the final thing I'm going to mention in this video is very important, because if you don't take this part seriously, it's literally gonna sabotage you all the time. It's actually the reason why many people just keep failing and will never continue. Like they keep failing. So the final part I want to talk about is pressure and resistance, and I will explain what I mean by that. Don't put too much pressure on yourself when you're starting on these goals, because whenever you put too much pressure on yourself, now you put too much expectation on yourself, and now like you perform worse because there's so much pressure on you, and you're like, oh my god, I need to actually go through with it this time, I need to actually go to the gym. Like you're putting so much pressure on you, and that scares you and makes you perform worse. I'll give you an example. A lot of you have had crushes before. Some people, they're very social and they can talk to anyone, but then when it comes to talking to their crushes, it's like they are mute, like something just blocked them, they cannot talk, they don't know how to react. And it's the same pressure I'm talking about, because you're too focused on what that person thinks about you. And this applies to your goals as well. If you put too much pressure on yourself and you're like, oh my god, I have to do this right this time, it has to go perfect, it has to be good, that pressure literally sabotages you. So what you have to do instead is this. Say my goal is to go to the gym 3 times a week, and I'm gonna go to the gym regardless of how I feel. And then tell yourself, no pressure, whatever happens happens. Like don't put pressure on yourself, it doesn't matter. Let's say you miss one day, it's okay. Like don't beat yourself up and be like, oh my god, I'm a failure, I'm a loser, da, da, da. Sometimes it happens, but what you are supposed to do is get back up and continue. Don't let just that one day you miss ruin the whole thing, because a lot of people, they will miss 1 or 2 days and they're like, I suck at this, I'm a failure, da, da, da. They give up and then go back to their old ways. So instead, don't do that. Like you miss 1 or 2 days, continue with the plan. The goal is to just continue and build discipline. Like if you miss a day, don't let it ruin all the work you've been doing, because usually we're the ones that sabotage all the work we've been doing by being like, I fuck it up, it's over. So don't put too much pressure on yourself. Just be like, whatever happens happens, but make sure you're actually determined to make a change. Whenever you release the pressure, it's easier to actually perform much better. So please remember this. Anyways, so I'd like to end this video by saying, don't focus too much on motivation, focus on discipline instead. And when you fall off, it's okay. Don't put too much pressure on yourself, because that will cause resistance. Oh, one more thing I forgot to mention is, when you're working on your goals, get rid of temptations. An example of temptation is this. You're trying to eat healthy, don't have any sweets in your fridge, because you're most likely or in your house, because you're most likely gonna eat it if you have it near you. If you're trying to go to the gym, don't try to watch TikTok right before you plan on going to the gym, because that's a temptation. You might stay longer on the app and not want to leave your house. But don't also lay on your bed. These are examples of temptation. Whatever can hold you back, get rid of them. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope it truly helped.